topic that is like super late breaking, and this is probably one of the most unique ways that I've ever seen somebody get exposed for snitching. But basically, there was an FBI agent who made a TikTok talking about a case that he was involved with many years ago, and we could play the.
If you think that the feds are not on TikTok, you are barnacles. Listen to how they just got Jeezy broke down like a pound, bro. They just broke Jeezy down like a pound. Broke him down like a pound. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trap News CNN, Trap News Network. Back at the same, like crack at the same here at TNN. Trap News Network. So good news you can use. Get knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody college, though, big dog. Tap in with the tap in. Make sure you are, in fact, tapped in. Hit that like, comment, subscribe for everything we got going on here at TNN, Trap News Network. Notification bell hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN, Trap News Network. Notification bell hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN, Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's that knowledge, though. You not finna get nobody's college, though. We finna hit the like, comment, subscribe button. Notification bell hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN, Trap News Network. We finna slide over here to this good Contiana, man. Vlad, Adam22, talking about Jeezy being a snitch. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Clip if you like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the guy's name because he's pretty famous, and to be fair, he was never charged with a crime. But we had these two rappers in Atlanta in the early 2000s, and they were beefing with each other, trading diss tracks, the whole thing. Then rapper number one, the famous one, orders his goons to go beat up rapper number two and steal this gaudy gold and diamond necklace he wore in all of his videos, and that's where it got interesting. The goon squad shows up at rapper number two's place. He pulls a gun and starts shooting. One of the attackers gets hit and makes it about 200 yards away from the house before he drops dead. Rapper number two is arrested for murder, but is dismissed as self-defense. And the real criminal here is rapper number one, who ordered the violent act that got his man killed. I had the phone records and two witnesses prepared to testify for what would have been a rock-solid RICO murder case. But for reasons that were never explained to me, the U.S. Attorney's Office declined prosecution, and rapper number one went on to have a phenomenally successful career. Oh well, win some, lose some.
So basically, the allegation is that
he's talking about Jeezy and Gucci.
Right, and Blue Da Vinci has kind of confirmed as well that there was this sort of like eerie switch up from Jeezy, where when the BMF takedown went down, that Jeezy at that point like ceased to have anything to do with BMF, never communicated with any of them ever after that. And so he's basically saying that they had, in his opinion, a rock solid case against Jeezy for the Gucci situation.
And you know what? It would make sense to have Jeezy 100% dead bang for the Gucci situation. That actually make 100% sense. And it's always kind of interesting that nothing ever transpired out of that. Jeezy never did catch a case or nothing like that, especially when everybody knew exactly how the situation went down and what the situation was. So maybe when it came time to the BMF situation, he was like, hey, I can tell y'all about this, I can tell you about that, I know about this, I know about that.
In which Pukilo got killed, right. But that was never pursued by the FBI, and that his best guess is basically that it was in exchange for Jeezy supplying information about BMF.
I missed that last part.
Okay, yeah.
Where is that last part?
You kind of need to connect the dots with like prior videos. There's like a Blue Da Vinci video where he goes into depth about how he feels very strongly that Jeezy snitched. And so that guy kind of like puts the details of it together of what his incentive to do so might have been, since Jeezy was the only one associated with BMF.
Yeah, and Blue Da Vinci was very adamant that Jeezy had been snitching. If you know Word on the Curve, they had been saying for years that Jeezy was snitching in the BMF situation. A lot of people have been saying that.
That basically ended up getting to skate free.
Well, what about there was multiple guys that went into that house?
Yeah, and I interviewed one of them, Young Throwback, who claimed that Gucci Mane, or I interviewed the guy who claims that he's the one who pulled the trigger and killed Pookie Loke.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Pookie Loke was with someone else. Mm-hmm. He wasn't by himself.
Yeah, it was like two people that ran inside the crib.
So maybe the people who were cooperating were the two people that were part of the home invasion, and they were going to cooperate against Jeezy. You see what I'm saying? That's what I kind of implied from that.
The reason people think that this guy's implying that Jeezy actually did it, because in the comments, the two comments that he actually replied to was someone saying that the theory of the reason that Jeezy never got locked up was because of him providing evidence to the feds about the BMF shit. And
it would make entire sense, because again, how did Jeezy never get caught up for that body, bro? Like, the dude Pookie Loke lost his life. We all know that Jeezy, the Stay Strapped record was infamous in Atlanta. You feel me? We all know the record. Y'all know the record where Jeezy, for those of y'all who don't know, listen to Jeezy Stay Strapped. He puts a bounty on Gucci Mane in the record. Like, that arguably would have been one of the first times in our history back in 2005 where a record would have been used in court, because he's blatantly putting a hit out on this dude. You feel me? So it's not, you know, like, it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's blatant, you know, flu, flambery, skullduggery, and larceny. So I'm not really sure, again, outside of him snitching, how Jeezy would have walked away from that situation.
The guy who made this TikTok, he liked that theory, and then he's like, interesting theory. So people just speculating that that's why. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like really just proven, but it's just the theory of like.
And it always did seem sort of bizarre that all this shit went down in front of our eyes, where Gucci basically ordered this situation that ended up in a murder, and that it was
Jeezy ordered the situation.
never pursued. I mean, even as like a real young rap fan, that always stood out to me. I was like, how the f- are they not pursuing that?
I mean, when it comes to situations like this, to convict someone of a murder for hire, it's a little
Well, here's the thing about that, though. In today's day and age, dudes are getting put on with the murder for hire for way less. We have an actual confession and admittance of murder for hire on wax, where Jeezy says, anybody see that nigga's chain, take it from him, I got 10,000 for you.
tricky, especially when people are not cooperating. You see what I'm saying? So you need to get a unanimous, you know, like the Hernandez Govan trial. They had a whole bunch of stuff set up. Yeah, they knew each other. They were talking, this, that, and the third. Oh, there was a reason. There's this or that. Jury came through with not guilty an hour later. It was like, there's no case here. So nobody wants to go into trial unless they have a rock solid case. Like, for example, like the whole David, you know,
You've been paying attention to that?
Murder. I've been paying attention to that.
Yeah.
And it appears like they don't really have a way to tie him into the murder. There's circumstantial things. Yes, he knew her. She was underage. She was mentioned. There was a live stream.
And I think the Jeezy situation is different because Jeezy actually said, I got 10,000 for somebody to bring me this man's chain and all that kind of stuff. So that's, I'm not going to say it was a murder for hire, but if you're trying to take somebody's chain by force, you would have to assume that you would have to do it by force. And that situation would turn into an aggressive situation where unalivement could be a result of. So I'm not going to say it was quite a murder for hire, but it was an understanding for sure that an unalivement was going to, you know, come across if it needed to in regards to taking this piece of jewelry.
But how do you go from that to a chopped up dead body in your car? You have to really prove it, especially when the person has money and has lawyers. And at the time, Jeezy had money. Just might not have been a strong enough case. So you just leave it as a cold case, hoping maybe at some point someone comes forward and brings some new information and so forth, because it could be a cold case for 20 years. They might still, you know, if Jeezy really was responsible for that, they could still charge him next week, like whatever. I hope they don't, but you really, people like to be armchair lawyer all they want, but when it comes to real trials and real cases, you got to really have your ducks in a row.
I mean, we've seen a lot of people get exposed for snitching in a variety of different ways. Like 1090 Jake feels very, very strongly that Larry Hoover told, and a lot of the proof is based on a 1964 newspaper article. Now we've got a former FBI agent who basically is just creating TikTok content and is probably going to get like $2 to $3 from the Chinese government as a result of putting this theory out there. So he might actually, we're really
$2 or $3 from the Chinese government, some good chili, man. I ain't mad at that.
like not sure how this is going to play out.
Let me get my $2 or $3.
Or how much people are going to turn on Jeezy or whatever. Obviously, he's kind of in the.
I don't think
the main.
anyone's going to give a shit.
You don't think?
I don't think anyone's going to give a shit, honestly.
I mean, we've seen so much evidence of people not caring about snitching in general that at this point that it's kind of easy to imagine people leaving it alone.
But he's also sort of at the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
I think in a way. That's not a shot at Jeezy. I just think that he's not the guy that's going to drop the #1 album next year when he drops. I think that his fans will like it, and I think it'll chart somewhere. And there might be, you know, depending on who he gets on a song, like let's say he gets Jay-Z for a feature, it might get kind of big, but it won't be.
In 2025, nobody cares about a Jay-Z feature unless you're old.
You know, this is not the next J. Cole album. This is not the next Drake album. I think people watch Jeezy to listen to all the songs they liked 20 years ago.
Do you think that was a conscious decision on Jeezy's behalf to like kind of fall back from rap?
From rap? I mean, he's still touring all the time.
But I'm just saying, as like dropping new projects and actually trying to be like that guy. It doesn't seem like he hasn't.
Whoever does that well into their 40s, it almost never happens.
He's probably pushing 50 at this point.
Yeah.
I think it's just is what it is. You accept the reality of your age and the audience.
I think that, like, if you're a committed enough Young Jeezy fan that you're still going to go to his show in 2025, you're probably not going to really care about this snitching allegation. Maybe if, like, the most rock-solid proof ever came out, it could make a dent. I feel like the respect from your peers and how many other people are willing to work with you is probably something that would be more tangible when it comes to somebody like Jeezy, because obviously, like, he's been successful music-wise. The odds of him ever having, like, a big hit record are less than 1% ever going forward. Yeah. But ultimately, like, Jeezy's kind of isolated.
We're not looking for Jeezy to have any more big records. We don't go chasing new Jeezy. We stick to the Jeezy and the Jeezy that we're used to.
As well. Like, I can't really think of that many rappers that are really around him or that he would be working. I'm sure he could. The question is just if they would not going forward because of this type of thing.
I mean, he's not like a little baby that's still in the mix and still with all the hottest. He's not like a Kendrick at this point. I think Jeezy's Jeezy, and I don't think really anyone gives a shit at this point. I don't think anyone really gives a shit at all, including him.
For sure, there's never been a better time to be a snitch, because 20 years ago, if you had this kind of accusation, I feel like it might be enough to do you in. And at this point, it just sort of blends into this backdrop of so many other people having cooperated in a variety of ways.
I look at this as just another version of being canceled. And you could only be canceled if you just decide to just fall out of the public eye and stop putting out content.
Bingo. You can only be canceled if you just fall out of the public eye and you stop putting out content and you allow the naysayers to say nay.
Just music, videos, art, whatever else. Gunna said, I'm just going to go and start working. I'm not going to talk about it. He hasn't done a single interview about it. He has not done a single interview since he got locked up. But he dropped big songs, big albums, does big shows, and look what happened.
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like...
Very true. And maybe Gunna has found the cheat code. We about here to the next one. though. Y'all know the deal. Right down to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. I've been waiting until he's free. We go.
How many shots to the center of a freak, nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pink, nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga whack is a snitch and the jolly niggas are rapists. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you want it, you gon' take it. Stop the freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see, we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers. When General Butt naked, the kid Tesher is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it cracking right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga whack and slut and pathetic, Flacco's a fucking lame. Whack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Whack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, Flacco lied on me and then Whack told me to sue you. Treated Whack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every Every single week, that nigga Jala on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. Flock of belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no. You should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton, where your face is. That nigga real Jala got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush, cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lane. We know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Loose can't read and Whack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Whack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. Block him when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pullin' blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumb ass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Hear me out though, right? Pause, wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right, Joe, right? Wait though, right? I do want to